fucking.
Like you're saying you have a condition that makes you sweat?
It's like a genetic thing. My dad was a sweaty ass nigger too.
Well, fat because I'm
But
sweaty
I don't get
too.
sweaty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, isn't that just kind of fat?
Well, I don't know, because I've gone down a lot of fat and I sweat like just as much. Like I haven't sweated less.
Okay. Well,
I think maybe you're sweating the wrong stuff.
it could be. I mean, it could just be like constant.
Sweating the small stuff.
What
Is
do you
that
eat?
the joke that you're going for?
You don't sweat the right stuff, is what he's saying.
Grant, why do you have a? Did you get it? Did you get some sort of an ouchie? What's with your bandy?
Yeah, what is
I
that?
just had a zit right there that popped fucking bad.
You don't want to show that on Bad Circle TV to all the 0 viewers?
No, it's just a little raw. It's just kind of like, I don't put some Neosporin on it.
Dude, there were these little kids today, fucking like, and I was hanging out with them like right before I left or whatever. But fucking, they had like a fucking doctor machine. They're like, oh, I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna like fucking check you up or whatever, and they checked me up or whatever. And she was like, hey, I'm gonna give you a shot. I need to give you a shot. And I was like, well, what's in it? And she was like, the doctor told me to give it to you. And I was like, what's in it? And she was like, Band-Aids and flowers. Don't worry. I was like, hell yeah, that sounds healthy. I'm down for it. Let's go.
That sounds like the Powerpuff Girls like origin.
It's just spice and everything nice. I'm also discussing.
That's pretty good. Okay. Just to clarify to everybody at home, since I did go live, Dwayne works at a daycare, so he's not just hanging out with kids, you know.
Why did you have to like? You should just like let it hang out. When they, fucking like.
You didn't even play the
specifically
music.
saying, just say I work.
I did.
In child care.
I don't hear the music. What are you talking about?
I heard.
I never heard the music either, but maybe.
Yeah, usually we can hear the music as you kind of finagle, but I guess you're usually kind of drunk too.
No, well this time.
Yeah, that's true.
This time I turned on the. This time I have it coming through my headphones. So.
All right away.
Not for us.
Oh.
Just.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we I guess if we're live, we're bringing up children's entertainment for a specific reason.
Because of death of.
That's true.
Death to Smoochy.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the most realistic of all. The documentations are like what the child industry must be like. I think this is pretty much it.
That Jim Carrey show that I watched one episode of it seemed fine. It's on like fucking Amazon or something. You guys have any idea what I'm talking about?
No. Is it about the entertainment, like child entertainment?
He plays like
industry?
Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
But like, there's an edge behind his industry or whatever,
Is he like a
What's
Jimmy
the edge?
Savile type character at all?
I don't know. I only watched one episode, like I said. I wasn't like, I can only handle like so much hard, like fucking modern Jim Carrey at a time. Like,
It's really hard to look at.
He fit so well in the 90s, man. That guy just fucking...
Yeah.
And then in the early 2000s, he just, like, tried to be an actor, and he did a good job in some things. And then he just fucking, I don't know what happened. Jim Carrey
Now
kinda
he's
that's
just
like-
crazy. He's just crazy.
That's like
now.
Robin Williams, who kind of started with comedy, and then he was like, "Oh shit, I'm a good actor too. Fuck." And then he killed
Rob
himself.
Williams just, like...
Well,
it turns
Robin
out-
Williams knew he was he knew he was a good actor, probably. Like, I'm pretty sure he was like... He had a lot of pain behind his comedy. Like, he wasn't just doing it for laughs.
His first thing, like, early on in his career, the thing that made him blow up is Mork and Mindy. And, like, there's a lot of fucking, like, sitcom-y, like, cry scenes in there.
And I like both of them.
I've never watched it.
Jim Carrey and Robin both kind of they're impressionists. Jim's more like facial, which is fucking weird, but Robin just does good voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I think that the biggest problem with Death to Smoochy was, I think Dan Vito
should have had Jim Carrey.
I've seen him direct some good shit. I don't think he held the reins in this one, man. It wasn't silly enough. It wasn't serious enough. It was just like this weird middle ground of like, you let Robin Williams just go hard and ad-lib fucking every scene or whatever, but then you also like fucking like, I don't know, like just like you're also straddling like weird, like kind of semi-serious shit. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't think it jived. I didn't really like this movie.
You didn't really like it?
No, I didn't really like this movie.
Are you giving it a thumbs down?
Yeah, I think I might give it a big old thumbs down ski because,
I'm at like middle. I'm at
really
mid-ground,
wanted to like it.
mid-thumb.
I was excited.
This is a childhood classic, as I said before, and I did some soul search. This is the first live action Robin Williams movie that I saw, but you will both understand that this is totally just rose-colored glasses nostalgia. And if I hear
see
anything
that.
less than stellar, if I hear any kind of criticism other than just stellar praise and admiration,
Brad,
I
you
will
watched
come back
Death to
vehemently.
Smoochy as a child?
It's not
Yeah.
a children's movie.
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
definitely not. I watched it.
It's definitely. I mean, it's actually kind of
Wait.
tame, but it's still it's mostly
Not
like
too bad.
swearing, I guess.
What was
Little bit of
the
violence.
what led up to you as a child
shown.
watching Death to Smoochy?
I think it came
looks
out,
like a
my dad
children's
wanted to
movie.
watch it. And
Your dad wanted to watch it, okay?
It looks like a children's movie. It has Robin
Yeah, but
Williams.
it's
It has
totally like there's a lot of swearing and a lot of fucking murder and a lot of and the murder isn't that bloody, I guess.
it's
when he
very
fucking
it's
taps-
off camera and it's like
There's
done in
the
a
cock
cartoonish
cookie.
way.
And that part where
Yeah, the cock
fucking
cookie.
the one guy, the heroin addict, dropped from the rafters and splats. That would have been that would have been like dropping a fucking like tight.
This was too early for him to get like all edgy and like gory like that. This is
I'm
a
just saying like
classic.
that. I was hoping it wouldn't happen because that would complicate a lot of shit like in the vibe of the scene or whatever. But I was like, man, he's gonna splat all over them children's. He's gonna
How many more
splat.
Edward Norton movies do we
Who's
need to
on
go through
ice,
too?
dude,
This
on
is
ice.
our third one. So we did
What
Fight
other ones have
Club.
we
Now
done?
it's
Oh,
we did Fight Club.
We didn't do Fight Club.
did we?
Didn't we do Fight Club?
We didn't do Fight Club.
We might have
We
done.
should have, but have not yet done American History X.
What are the I can't think of a single
Wait.
other Edward Norton movie we've done, honestly.
Oh,
So
never
maybe
mind.
that's your other podcast.
This is our first
yeah,
Edward
are you
Norton?
kidding?
Is this our first one?
Yes,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I can't
Really?
think of another
Wow.
one. I wish
think
we
this
should
ever
we should
be
do
worth-
Fight Club at some point, honestly.
I'd rather do American History X if we're doing
Yeah.
Nortons.
I remember I thought Brant was gonna choose that. I was pretty sure he was.
God damn, dude! Like I'd be afraid to see the remakes of American. I'm never gonna pick that one because we need we need only one fucking the Nazis win remake. Like I'll do the other thing.
Yeah.
Everyone guy wants to do the Nazis win remake.
Can we do Schindler's List at some point? We should do Schindler's List, American History X, and like another third one, just to really like.
Well,
ramble
is there a
forwards.
month for that? Is there a month for the Holocaust, like for the gays and such?
It's
Do they
6
have a
months
month
out of
yet?
the year.
Oh fuck. Yeah, it's every day of the year.
yeah,
Buddy.
yeah.
Every day is Holocaust
I honor
Remembrance Day.
I honor the 6
Duh.
million.
Yeah,
every
unless
single
you
day.
unless you hate the Jews.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
a 6 million.
I was thinking we should probably like try to be more kosher on this podcast. I was thinking we should have like an episode where we just like get like pork. We just have a lot of pork dishes and we just like describe them in detail for everybody. Like
Danny DeVito says shekels in this. That's pretty kosher.
they also say
This was back when you were
anti-smoochyism.
allowed to make fun of people. Like
They
they,
said-
make a couple of like semi-racial jokes.
Yeah, well, they said like I remember at one point like when he gets back when he's like exonerated for having like dealt with Nazis, she's like I was just so swept up in the anti-smoochyism, and I thought that was pretty
You're right.
Yeah.
great. So
Smoochy's a Nazi. Yeah, they're smart about this.
Are
this
they?
Is this I don't. You guys don't like this. I think this is a
I
smart.
I didn't. No,
It's
I,
like
I,
a
I didn't
sad
say I
humor
didn't like
there.
it. I
I think this
enjoyed
is a
it
great.
enough.
movie.
Like
It was
Death
fine.
to Smoochy.
A lot
I didn't mind
happens.
it. I didn't mind it.
It's not too much.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible
mean,
for me. It was like a early 2000s comedy that like did
That
quite
fucking
fine.
the love thing between Smoochy and the producer lady would not have worked if those two weren't excellent actors. That
No,
would have been
probably
the
not.
dumbest
It had a
fucking
great
thing.
cast.
Incredible actors.
It held
Yeah,
on the
honestly,
cast
that's the
a
best
lot.
part of this movie. It's like it's the easiest thing to say about movies that, at least in my opinion, aren't very good when they have a good cast. It's fucking at least it's like full of great acting.
Yeah.
And even Jon Stewart, like Jon Stewart hasn't done a lot of acting past this, but like he did this well enough.
This
he
is
was
the
just
rare
a
Stewart.
favorite show, but
Yeah. No, like an actual
He's
role
in
with
it.
him instead of just having a cameo. Like he was in Half Baked, but it's not really like a character. He's just kind of
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah, no,
he's just being.
it was a very comedy role too, so he could like
Yeah.
really play it up. This was him actually like having to like be real to a certain extent,
yeah.
A little,
I like
a little
that.
beyond just being Jon Stewart. He was like, I have to be a little extra greasy.
Yeah. No, he was.
Just a touch.
I just like
My
the
only-
sliminess, the cartoon sliminess of people in this movie was great. Like I don't know, there was enough cartoonishness that it was fun to watch.
But it
Like
wasn't
slurping
it
the
wasn't
oysters.
enough
He's like, he's gonna
cartoonishness
learn a
for me.
lesson.
Yeah,
Gotta take him to
shit
school,
like that.
boys.
Yeah, it wasn't
Rhino's
enough
gonna
for
be
me.
Or the
Like, I needed
retard,
more
the retard like son
Fucking
of that mobster
spinners.
lady.
Spinner's the best part of this
Yeah.
movie.
The
I love
Irish,
him.
how
the
it
Irish
leads up.
mob was dope. The Irish
Yeah.
mob was like probably the best part. I agree with that.
The transitions too, all of them, like in between scenes, are usually really good. Like there's one where like Robin Williams is dancing on the street and he's like doing his little ditty, and then he
the
smacks
spin.
the fucking wall, and she's
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah, no, there's stuff like that, and there was also like there was a couple of really good like spin transitions to the Smoochy show.
It's like one of the first ones is after Smoochy, Edward Norton like gets the deal and he's going to dinner with Danny DeVito, and he turns open the door, then he's like sitting down. And it's like so fucking. It's a pretty quick one like that. Like Danny's got like his hand on his back and they're turning around. Isn't it? Wait.
It sounds like I didn't analyze this movie quite so
I
much,
just watched
but
it like a second.
It was
ago,
like it was sleek. It was pretty slick. Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Like there was a lot of good like stuff like that. It was just like
a lot of turn shots though. A lot of good
Yeah.
lighting. They have like a lot of like
the
good
television
place.
shot, like the scenes with him like as Smoochy, like on national television, looked really great. I liked how like
they look good as a show, but I don't know. There was something about it where it didn't. It felt like it was a little bit more making fun of children's shows than it was trying to like portray a children's show, but not in
Yeah.
a way where it was like funny enough. Like it's hard to say, but like it literally it felt like it was more cynical than it had to be in a couple of points, maybe.
I think it's because they didn't go as like they didn't want to do the obvious like pedophilia or like.
Well,
drug
I'm not saying that. Like that would make it more cynical. I'm saying like
very cynical. Yeah,
but they wanted to like toe this PG-13 line as close as they could.
I'm pretty sure it's R.
Well, fuck it doesn't deserve to be R. This is so tame.
I think it's PG-13, but it
Really?
might be.
Yeah.
Well, I felt
Let me know
like
how
there
many
was
fucks did it have? How many fucks did it have?
I
More
felt
than
like
one?
there was at least a few amount of fucks. Yeah, it's R. It's R.
That's an R. Yeah, it felt like an R. It felt like a '90s R. It felt like a back when Barton Fink was an R kind of R.
It's a pretty PG-13-esque now. You could edit this
There's
for
no
TV
violence.
pretty
Yeah.
easily.
The language like as a rating is really dumb because like you can just have like lots of assumed suggested violence, no blood squibs and shit like that, and just have clean language and you're fine. But then like you have an R rating for just talking. You get like
Because he says fuck.
just a dialogue driven movie.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking.
No, I don't know.
It's a good
I liked
back
it.
and forth.
I thought it was fine, Brant. It wasn't something that I loved, but I watched it during work and I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't take the time.
It felt like it was good.
He wasn't paying attention to it. That's why he liked it.
I was paying attention. It was on. It's honestly.
What was your favorite part then?
The Nazi part, obviously.
What's your favorite Smoochy lesson?
Obviously, the Nazi part.
Was it the lead up to the
I
Nazi
like the
party?
stepdad Smoochy lesson. The stepdad Smoochy lesson
No,
was
I
ridiculous.
agree, dude. Actually, that was the one part of the movie where I was like, that's actually like a genuinely great representation of a fucking person who's trying to make kids media that the man doesn't want you to make or whatever.
Yeah.
That was Mr.
He's
Rogers
adjusting.
shit. I was like, damn, dude, fuck yeah. Go for it.
He was
Smoochy.
adjusting.
Adjusted.
And then I like how it just goes straight, like just like nosedives, like straight into like if he gets a little abusive, 911 immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Listen,
I thought it was a
kids.
good fucking lesson because
No, it
before
was.
that,
Just dead
it
looks
felt
at the camera.
was
He's
saying,
like,
"Don't
if he ever
worry,
touches
stepdad's
you
just
or
a-"
hurts mommy.
I really was
All
hoping he should have gone further. They should have just gone a little bit further and just said he's like get the fork, get the nearest knife out of the cabinet and just start stabbing away.
If they would have done that, it would have lost me again. That was my only favorite
Sure.
scene in this movie.
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
fair.
I
It
think
was
we could've
actual.
done with,
It was a useful song.
It was actually wholesome and genuinely good advice, and also something that the man wouldn't want you to put out there because they're
They
talking
left a lot
about
of the
divorce
sillier stuff. Sillier live action stuff to the ice rink, which I also appreciate. Yeah, like you said, it is. It's like it's a kid's show, and then the only weird thing is you have Spinner there who's just retarded and he can't keep a beat and he's
Yeah, that was
balls.
okay.
Yeah,
They could have played that one to death, and they overplayed it just a little bit, but he was still a funny character. I thought it didn't get too.
They had,
Did
totally
he ever
killed.
make you laugh though? I thought it was
No,
interesting.
never.
No, he was humorous. It was a humorous
Funny.
character. It
Maybe
was.
as a kid, I laughed. He was like, "I gotta go take a dump. I'll talk to you later."
Yeah, because he's
Maybe-
fucking retarded, and when you're a kid, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I think the only laugh out loud moments for the stepdad one, I lolled. and the Nazi part I lulled. That was probably about
so
it.
Good.
I just thought that was like it was very good execution of just like the you didn't know what to expect. I thought he was honestly going to be in a prison or something, and then the big Nazi flag behind him. It was it was a good visual joke, and it was a lot of setup for that I
How
liked.
Smoochy.
And then the Heil
Yeah,
Smoochy.
it was on the nose.
I liked it. I liked that part.
It's kind of funny.
Actually.
See, it would have been funnier to me if the movie was goofier throughout, but it got like even though every scene was goofy, even the serious scenes were goofy. It just like I don't know. It just there was something about the way it was presented where it felt like some parts of it were like so serious that you wanted to like feel for it legitimately. And it wasn't like hitting that comedy thing in the way that a lot of those scenes would have made me laugh. Because like a fucking child star just showing up at a Nazi rally is a great joke, but it didn't make me laugh.
Maybe it could have been done better, but I thought I don't know. I thought it was done pretty well. I mean, I don't think from what I've seen of Danny DeVito, he's not like an amazing director. I guess like he it's mostly about the actors.
But he knows what he's doing.
I haven't seen Hoffa. That's apparently a series.
I actually also movie. I don't remember. I watched it when
I'd say Danny's probably like his best qualities being able to put a bunch of people that like each other together for whatever project, because it seems like everything he's in has just like the best chemistry. Like everyone just kind of vibes.
Is Danny DeVito a midget, or is he actually a dwarf?
He has a disease.
That was what I was asking. Does he actually like have the thing? Or like, is he fucking just short as shit? Because he is out. Like, there's a bunch of fucking short folk in this movie, and none of them like Danny DeVito is just a better looking short folk.
I think he's just short. I think that's all.
Yeah, he's not like a midget.
Midget.
I did like that opening song.
Like a dude.
The opening song seemed
like
Danny DeVito's like theme song. Like it seemed like something he would sing in the mirror.
Friends come in all sizes.
Yeah,
friends coming all.
Friend, like great comes in all sizes.
No, yeah, see, that's and great. Like he was totally making a joke about like how they always just like stick midgets and shit like that. But also like fucking that was a great way for him to hire his boys.
Yeah, that was a nice one too. Like when Smoochy comes up, he's like, "Hey Angela, I just want to say thank you so much for hopping aboard. I really appreciate." Like, it's just a paycheck, man. Whatever. It's a job. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, then Danny DeVito turns out to be the worst guy in the movie, actually. So
yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
it was.
You can't trust all midgets.
Man, okay? So you have like Irish mafia.
He made himself the bad midget.
You have a decapitation. You have midgets. You have a Nazi rally. You have an ice show. You have an attempted assassination. You have
a very goofy child star, like children's mascot star. Smoochy as a character is very funny.
Kitchen sink, yeah. I like Smoochy. I think because he's like just the worst.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Ed Norton was good in this movie. Ed Norton was really good in this movie.
He's always good. I mean, he always
Ed Norton is an incredible actor.
He
Robin should have been given
something better,
a little more room. Yeah, you're right. Like he should have been like. It should have been like Rainbow Ralph and his whole thing. He's got like all these different personas. Like we should have seen him more like in his penthouse cooking like the dick cookies. And it's like him being like. The chef Rainbow Ralph, we should have seen like him like just piss as much money away as possible before they kicked him out of the penthouse. Like make it hurt, make him selling Jon Stewart.
Part of the problem was just because Robin Williams' character essentially as Rainbow Ralph or whatever was like he was just like he was only like bad like he had his character change at the end or whatever. But, like, up until then, like, his entire character trait, his entire joke was, like, I'm supposed to be a child star, but I'm a dick. I say swears. Like, that was kind of his whole character, and it got kind of
like they make that joke in the beginning, because it's, like, literally all the child stars are fucking awful people. Like, they're Buggy, the one who comes back, they say in the beginning, like, he's a drug mule for black tar heroin. The one guy's a wife beater. It was, like, I think they do, like, drop the Kitty Diddler one, and it's like Tootsie and the Trolls or something. It's like, well, Tootsie can't touch kids anymore, and the Trolls.
Yeah, they just allude to it because this was back when Hollywood thought they could keep it under wraps.
Well, this was long before like Jimmy Savile was like exposed. I don't know.
Yeah, I was telling Brad, that guy is like the goat of like fucking like you thought he was a good guy scumbags.
Well, Rainbow Randall looks like Jimmy Savile. He looks just like him in this like, as his character.
People like you
saying
saying stuff like that is why Robin ain't here no more. Quit your bull.
no, Cats? I get what you're saying. I bet there's like because it does feel a little incomplete. That's what I'm saying. Like Rainbow Randolph feels like there was more to him in this that got cut out, maybe because someone was
I
there.
agree with that. Because also like his character change, in the middle. Like I kind of see it coming, but he never felt like he never had that little glimmer of like, but he's still a good guy until
it happens character change. It's a reversal. Plus, like I don't know. They feel very separate for like an hour of the movie. Like they don't really like play off of each other for a long time. I felt like it just kind of felt like rambling. Like the movie it felt like it actually was going to end several times. Like it just didn't have like a very focused storyline. I felt like
I didn't feel like.
Yeah, and they're also just like, I know it's a comedy and I know it's like kind of absurdist, but it wasn't absurdist enough to like let me get away or let me mentally let it get away with like some of the fucking like crazy logic jumps. Like the whole thing where he just like put all the dick cookies in there or whatever. I thought he was gonna dose the kids. I thought that's on.
No, he was gonna like, I'm gonna teach you
he
some
just runs
humility.
out there and he's like, it's a cock.
That was
When I was working in TV and didn't have that much money behind it, we probably would have ran out there as soon as he said it's a cock.
No, they let that happen for a while, and there
was a lot of cues there.
That's what I'm saying though. Yeah, like it should have been him. You know, it should have shown him doing all this stuff because like the dick cookies. Come on, sure.
You know what I noticed about this movie though? This movie, if you take out the murder plot, this movie is straight up fucking facing the crowd. This movie is exactly.
I guess so, huh? That is kind of funny.
It's like the whole thing where like he fucking like he comes up and then they start making him advertise and then he bucks the advertisements and then the fucking whole system starts to eat him. It's basically if he didn't change his morals or whatever, if he didn't change it or if he didn't just like keep fucking buying into it or whatever.
Yeah, kind of. It's like facing the crowd if he
because he also got plucked from obscurity by a chick who he eventually fucking started hooking up with. It's very facing the crowd.
And there was a moment where he is gonna like kind of turn, it feels like, into a superstar dickhead, but then she fucks him and then it's like, oh, okay, all the sexual tension's over and he's back to just being a hippie again, I guess. That's like that's
in this movie though. It's like she's totally good. Like all she was concerned about was whether or not he was like a genuinely nice person.
Yeah, she becomes a vegan for him and everything too, and she apparently says "fuck" all the other stars before.
That whole flip that she makes as a character would not have worked at all if she wasn't a great fucking.
Catherine Keener is always. I love
Catherine Keener is fucking top tier.
No,
this was good writing too. Like they kind of like place it here and there. It isn't just like such an immediate flip. It's just like they drop it that it's happening here and there, you know.
A little bit. I don't know. That was a little bit like kind of just we're doing this now, I guess. But they also had like their chemistry moments over like their childhood stars.
Yeah, when she gets like
liked.
Yeah, no, and that was like genuinely kind of cute, even though it was very contrived how it happened.
Yeah, it was fine.
She got drunk and she was like...
But I really think it was entirely the actors to me. Because the writing, I don't know, I thought it wrong. I liked the thing that they fucking like vibed over the child star that they liked or whatever. But it also like...
it was dumb. It is super stupid. That's all it took for Edward Norton to be like, oh, I don't hate your guts anymore. All amnesty is gone. It should have been kind of like a bit more than that, but yeah, you know, it's dumb. It's stupid.
What made you dredge this movie up, Brant? Like, why did you think about it now?
Yeah, why Smoochy and why now?
I was watching a lot of Robin Williams movies. I watched, like I said, Bicentennial Man, and I watched Dad of the Year.
Okay, Dad of the Year. I like that.
Dad of the Year is an odd one. I guess I need to watch it again. I was kind of disappointed by it because I was really excited for the premise, but maybe I'm just a downer, dude. Maybe I'm just Debbie Downer.
It wasn't. It's Bobcat Goldthwait isn't the best director, I guess. Like he's not.
Bobcat Goldthwait sucks in so many ways.
Yeah,
like not to shoot down Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's pretty dumb.
Like, does anybody remember? Like not to go on a tangent, but does anybody remember back when Bobcat Goldthwait during the 2016 election was like, as soon as election day comes, we're releasing all the Apprentice tapes I have, and then all the N-words. Like maybe they killed Bobcat Goldthwait. That's all I'm saying.
If he had released those, then most people would have just like not cared or liked Trump
Probably
more.
still voted for
Probably,
him.
I don't think it would have mattered that much, but
He would have got more of the black vote, actually.
Bobcat
I respect
probably-
Everyone
yeah.
might have. Everybody hates Bobcat Goldthwait.
yeah, like he is so fucking annoying. Like
everything he does.
I used to actually listen to Wait Don't Tell Me on NPR, like, and he would always be on there, and I just remember that's already an obnoxious show, and he made it like almost unbearable. Like,
Was he doing the-
Because he's dumb. Because he's
very
fucking
dumb. He makes the
stupid.
most surface level comment. Like, it's just like every single comment he makes, you're like, thanks for.
Because like
Was
Wait
he
Wait
doing
Don't Tell
the
Me is at
voice,
least
Cat?
it's
Huh?
clever, you know.
Was he doing the voice?
What's the voice?
Bob.
It's crazy.
Oh no, he
That was
wasn't
great.
doing that. No, he wasn't doing that voice.
So that's another thing I think is really funny about Bobcat Goldthwait. I didn't know he went on NPR all the time. That makes it so much better.
Yeah.
But he like fucking became famous for like doing that stupid voice, and now he refuses to ever do that voice again. It's like a fucking like fucking Pauly Shore stopped going bud. You know, like fucking like it's like.
Did he ever? I mean, is there like some PC stuff going on there where he's acting like a retard and that's like not good?
Outside of the whole like Trump's going down thing, which makes me assume he probably had a couple of tweets about how he believes all women and such.
Yeah.
Is it a retard routine? I think it's just it kind of is. I guess.
It sounds like a retard. It
Yeah.
sounds like how I would do a retard voice. Like
It's a
don't know.
very
Yeah.
easy voice too, though. It's a
Yeah,
very
it
easy
is.
voice to do. It's like
Everyone
Donald
can do
Duck
it.
or something. Everybody can do it if you just throw it that way.
Yeah.
But that's
No.
that's the thing. Everything he does is so like dumb and it falls apart and kind of like becomes the opposite, which is I think why he's like
Didn't he
in
do something
movies
goated?
and stuff.
He did a
He
found
probably
footage.
won't.
Thing that
He
was
did a
goated.
found footage Bigfoot movie. Like that's how stupid he is. Like who wants to watch
That-
a
I think
found
it's
footage?
something.
Didn't he
Bigfoot
do
movie?
one thing that was goated? Didn't he do something really good?
I liked
Dad
Dad of the Year. I
of the
think that's
Year. Dad
pretty
of the Year
good.
is his goated
Was
I
it
movie.
think-
Dad of the Year? The fucking
Because I think he
Yes.
wanted to make it like
I thought Dad
like
of the Year was meh.
No,
a really
it's his
sad, like
best
dark
thing, I'm
comedy,
sure.
but it's just like it's just a dumb comedy instead.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just dumb.
stupid.
It works because it's such a good premise. It would have been really great to see it like from like a different director, like Todd Solondz or like somebody.
And then they
who's-
drive home
Of
that
course,
kid's just
yeah.
such
I mean,
a
if
piece
you're
of
gonna
shit.
toss like a fucking like actual like fucking dope dude.
They
in
they
there.
make
But
you
he-
hate
he's
that.
How
made-
many movies would
Todd
have been
Solondz
fucking
is one of
dope
the
as
best
shit if you
comedic
had Todd
directors.
Solondz or fucking Darren Aronofsky or whoever.
No, but Todd
directing it.
Solondz is on a different level because he's actually probably one of the best comedic directors like of the past 20 years. His movies are genuinely funny.
I've
Like,
only ever seen Happiness, but that is like one of the greatest.
and that
films
movie is
I've ever-
hilarious. Happiness is
It
actually
is,
hilarious.
and it would have really
Like-
worked with the Dad of the Year. That's kind of like the thing I was saying, like kind of about Smoochy, was you just need a little bit more of this weird thing where it loves everybody, but it's just gonna make fun of them by letting
Yeah.
them be them.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it could have been handled better, I guess.
Did
but
you ever see Happiness, Brant?
You should see that if you haven't.
Which one's Happiness again? Is that the
The
with
one
the little kid?
here,
and
wait,
the-
here. A scene. Here, I'll say this one scene, and if you don't know the scene, you haven't seen it. But like fucking a scene where a dude like goes, a fucking nice family father figure that you love the whole time, goes into the fucking gas station, comes out with a magazine, and starts masturbating to fucking like children in front of the children.
He hasn't
And it's
seen
a
it.
fucking comedy, Brant.
It's very the movie ends with one of the best cum jokes like that's ever
best
been in a
cum
movie.
joke.
Oh,
I have never
I
seen
think
a
of the
fucking
pursuit
cum
of
joke that makes me
happiness.
cry on an emotional level.
Yeah,
it's the best cum
it's a
joke of all
very
time.
good. It's a very good cum joke. It's just an excellent movie, and it actually is very funny, but it's very dark also. So, in a way that's not like annoying and pretentious. I guess it's actually
It's awesome.
a smart movie.
It's a brand, you would love it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
All right, I'll check it out.
His other movies
Sure.
are pretty good too, though. I've liked.
You should
I've liked his other stuff.
rewatch Dad of the Year, Dwayne. It is
Yeah, you
really
should.
good. It's
Yeah,
funny.
I'll check that one again just to see.
He's
It's
it.
such
good,
a
not
piece of
great.
that kid is fucking such a piece of shit.
Yeah,
He's such a piece of shit.
World's
You-
Greatest
the-
Dad is what it's called, and I was wrong.
Dad-
There
yeah,
was
that's what it's
nothing
called.
Jimmy Kimmel
Yeah,
made
it was
yeah, World's Greatest Dad. But
It's
a lot
great
of that
'cause,
does
yeah.
hinge on Robin Williams also, Brant. Like the movie isn't necessarily directed great. Like it's
No,
another
no.
thing where the performances make it, and like it a good
It's-
concept. If Bobcat Goldthwait actually came up with that concept, then that's that's actually impressive, I guess. Maybe he's.
I
not,
don't
like,
think he
entirely
came up with
stupid.
it.
Yeah,
No,
I guess-
World.
Probably all the bad things were his
Greatest-
decision in
Yeah,
that.
probably. If it's co-written, then I'm
You
just
know all
not
the
even gonna
stuff
give
that
him
made
credit.
it not as good as you wanted it to be?
Yeah.
That was Bob.
There's a lot of good
That was
scenes in it,
Bobcat.
like when the kids like, was it like when Robin
shit.
finds him dead? He looks through the phone and it's like pictures of the teacher's like skirt and stuff.
It's written
Like
by
that's really
Bobcat
early in the
Goldthwait.
movie,
It's
though. And
entirely
when that
written by
scene
him.
happened,
Oh yeah,
when that
the
scene happened,
opening
and
at
he
the end
writes
are
the
best.
suicide note. That's the best part of the movie. And movies like that, a lot of the time, the best scene is when they tell you the premise, and then they just keep doing the premise.
Yeah.
Pretty good up till I want to say like up till he gets on the show, and then like after that, it's like the last 30 minutes of it are
The
really good
music
again because it's like
montage, the slow motion walking music ending is so stupid. Like,
yeah, I think
that was
That's so
why-
fucking
dick and balls though. You see Robin Williams dick and balls full on, so
Dude.
no,
You gotta
it's
aim.
cool.
You gotta
oh right,
aim.
because
yeah,
he jumped.
I mean-
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
He comes
No,
back up.
it's just so.
dick and balls.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, no, it's just such a stupid, pretentious ending. Honestly, but
It's fun.
that part
He
sucked.
tells-
Legitimately sucked. It's still a good movie.
Nah, it's
though.
great. He tells all the people, he's like, "Fuck you guys! Like my son was a worthless piece of shit who died masturbating, and none of you fucking knew
I mean,
him.
that's
I wrote
funny.
all
The
of
plot was great. Like the
Yeah.
plot
that.
was very
Yeah,
good, but just the execution was a little lacking.
But this
Yeah.
show
I'll
isn't
watch
about.
it. I'll watch it.
We should do World's Greatest Dad for Dwayne's episode.
Maybe I'll pick the
Oh
next one,
shit!
yeah.
It's my turn next. God damn it!
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh shit! I
We
forgot.
already watched
I always
Uh
forget about it.
oh.
This is why we need a fourth member. Like we need a fucking we just got John, Paul, and George here, dude. We need our Ringo. We need our fucking rotating
We
Ringo.
need the special. We need like the consistent like special guest fourth member.
Yeah,
That's what we need.
We do need.
Who's
some
gonna
special
bother
guests.
being a part of this fucking absolute shit show? Though is the question. Like who could?
Well, you got time. To
We
think
should just
about
get.
it.
We should just stream on Omegle or something, or like one of those chat room things, and just have randomized guest stars.
Well, we'd
What
have
do
to
you
see. That's the
think?
thing is like in order to do that, we'd have to fucking just skip through it and find somebody so that we can
So
because
many
if we just keep
dicks.
skipping, we're gonna be fucking constantly.
Well,
Unless
we-
they skip for us, If
If
they
we
just
just-
skip for us, then somebody who wants to be involved will join in. It's
we would
like
just
having
talk
callers
through,
come in.
talk
but we
about
have
the
no
movie.
choice.
We would just talk about the movie and keep skipping while we're talking, and different people, would come in, and then we'd get bored of them, and then we'd flip through it again until we got. something
Actually,
that's
I take
interesting.
back any negative thoughts I had on this idea. This is a brilliant idea. We should do
It'd
it
be
next
so
time.
much fun. Yeah, it'd be
So
a lot of
many
fun.
cocks.
There's really nothing because if we don't like people or whatever, we can just skip them or mute them or whatever. And most of it's just gonna be dicks. So
Yeah.
But that's the thing was
Can't
Omegle
stream
doesn't
that on
allow
YouTube.
straightforward dicks anymore. Omegle doesn't allow straightforward dicks anymore.
No?
They have to ask you, hey, would you like to see my dick?
Would you like to see my? Okay, so it would still be hard. The streaming issue of part of it would probably be kind of tough on YouTube, but I don't know.
Maybe Omegle's the wrong one to do. Well, it's probably the only one to do.
We
it.
haven't
There
been-
are
we-
children.
I
There
mean-
are children on there, dude. If we're just skipping through Omegle and we just find a child and we have them be talking about incest
Skip
or
it.
something,
Skip
we're in
it.
jail.
Skip
welcome
the
to
child
jail.
immediately. Just skip.
dude,
them,
we're gonna need a
the
Jamie
second.
because we'll be in the middle of a conversation and we'll just have a
God,
child
yeah.
there being like, boy, oh boy,
Boy, oh
Like,
boy. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez.
I like
mean,
how
we wouldn't
Edward
go to
Norton
jail.
dresses in this movie because he just dresses like me, which is just almost like a homeless man.
How does he even dress? Yeah, doesn't he wear hoodies?
Hoodies and
Yeah.
ponchos.
Bobcat
and
Goldthwait or
beanies
who?
and,
No, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
Oh,
What's his name
Ed
in this
Norton?
movie? Mole.
I fucking forget.
It's like his last name is weird, like Mole or
No, he had an old man name.
Daniel Mole.
Daniel Mole. What?
Sheldon.
Yeah,
He
Sheldon
had, like, a
Mopes.
fucking name.
Sheldon
Sheldon Mopes.
Mopes.
Yeah, no, Sheldon
Oh.
Mopes. Sheldon Mopes. Yeah. No, that's an old man name, but Mopes
That is an old man
he's- yeah, I guess I don't.
Sheldon.
There's a
Mopes.
reason why they just.
Did anybody else
posted
feel like Ed Norton?
Smoochy.
And I like that he didn't because I'm sick of movies doing that. But did anybody else at the beginning of the movie when they go get the soy dogs think oh dude, he's got some dark shit that he's not showing.
He's squeaky clean. That's his whole thing.
He's squeaky
Yeah.
clean. That was his whole thing. But the
He's
fact
got,
that he
like,
was
the-
putting black shit on tofu dogs and
It's almond butter with spirulina.
He had to work his way
What
up
is
to make me
spirulina
like
again?
him. They started off with
It's
his
like
most
sea
unlikable
moss.
traits, like the whole
It's
hot
a,
dog thing and getting fast food
Yeah,
places
no.
to get your shit to get to serve your dumb bullshit. Make me just dislike him immediately.
I think it was fun.
But-
I really like
Well, it was only the
is that
two.
fucking
Yeah.
AA meeting. So,
It wasn't like all the dogs were tofu dogs. It was just his 2 dogs. They're like, yeah, whatever. We don't fucking care.
It might have been like a point of endearment for people in 2002, but now in the the much more enlightened year of 2022, I didn't like him because of those straight.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, Cats. I actually liked him because of that whole 2022 comparison. Because if this movie was made today, that character would be like bitching about fucking like non-binary bathrooms and shit.
Oh god,
yeah, he probably
so
would.
annoyed.
He would
Smoochy, Smoochy would be a trans ally.
That was another thing that was impressive about this movie is this movie chose to stay apolitical. Because if the movie was begging for him to say something about like, oh well, minorities' lives and fucking
just like save the planet, kids should be healthy and happy. All natural goodness. Your body's a temple. He's classic hippie.
Yeah, he was just a yuppie little bitch. He was just a
That's it. That's why I like this movie.
But not even a Californian. He was just a yuppie bitch.
Not even rose-colored glasses. This is like a rose quartz crystalline structure, a plinth in my mind of just like
diamond fucking filler on it. Really? To just keep it completely unbreakable.
It's just raw, pure rose quartz, like just jutting into my fucking gray matter because it is. It's just like Edward Norton's just a good guy. It's just like
that's
just
positive shit. I like
2000s
culture.
He is very positive.
It's just funny. It's
you're
not
touching
too bad.
on the same,
That's
Brand,
super
you were touching
sexual.
on the same fucking kind of nostalgia that like I was touching on with the Superman movies. Because there's something about like, dude, that guy's always on the fucking right track. Always on the right track. That guy, when he's being that guy, that fucking guy. You
kind of like, you're rooting for Smoochy. It's because he's not like overtly like, he's very bleeding heart, but it's like the kind of guy that's like, all right, you're very empathetic, but I can still like hang out with you because you're not gonna be like, you shouldn't eat meat. You just say it once to me and that's it.
Yeah. No, he plays a good, genuinely good person. Like he doesn't have any character arc as far as like changing morals, except for his test at the end where he's like wants to shoot Danny DeVito, and that was like totally understandable. Like like they fails say. It. I mean, yeah, he was gonna, but the Irish stopped him. He was ready to pull that trigger. That was kind of odd. Like he was murderous out of nowhere. He just pulls the pistol out when he sees Danny DeVito in the crowd, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill this man."
Well, he fucking kills Spinner.
I know, but
good for
Spinner. No, that was probably the reason that I walked away from this like mostly feeling negative is because I knew he wasn't gonna actually kill him, and the fact that he did that as a character change, though, I thought like if a girlfriend got shot, if Catherine Keener got shot, like trying to like take the bullet from Smoochy, then
that would make her
I would understand that character change. But there's no reason for him to run out with a gun after being an absolute anti-gun yuppie before that. Like I thought, I didn't believe that.
No, in a more typical or like just like a classic kind of like movie, it would have been. Spitter gets killed first, he gets mad. Catherine Keener then gets killed, and he goes on a murderous rampage. It's like a man gets broken when the woman gets killed. He doesn't care that much about Spitter.
Well, I didn't even think she had to get killed. I just thought she had to take the
maybe she gets put, or she gets maybe she gets shot in like the arm, the shoulder or something like that.
They wouldn't kill her.
Where she comes back.
I joke that this is a very pro-feminist movie, but there's only 2 strong women, and it's the Irish Mafia lady, and then,
But they was for the 90s, though, that's mad feminist. Like, nowadays, they just fucking, like, be like, man, woman, boy, girl,
hardcore,
boy, girl.
Irish Mafia, and she's the head of it. They decapitate people. Yeah, she's a girl boss.
Yeah, she's a badass. She's a boss.
She's a bad bitch. Dude, the fucking, like, old Irish mama type bitch, like, that fucking gets me right here, man.
I like it.
That shit.
She loves Spinner, and she's just like, I do anything for my boy, even if
and the fact that she was just like, all right, he did right by us, I'm on your fucking side. Like, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, she felt like the mom and like the Irish mom and what's that, Snatch? Brad Pitt's mom.
Yeah.
Like just that
makes me
some
sad.
ruthless gypsy woman.
For any other Irish media ever made.
Sad,
yeah, really, I guess so.
It made you sad, Ma. I don't want to name names.
I'll make you a pasty or I'll take your head off. Yeah.
It's great.
No, and that was actually one of my favorite fucking lines in the movie. Was at the fucking funeral. And they said something like they said they were talking about like fucking don't worry, we'll find out whoever fucking did this and we'll cut his nuts off and shove him in his arsehole. And Edward Norton was like, oh, how about we just wait for the authorities to do this? And he was like, they don't do the nuts thing.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
that's a good line. That's a good line.
Yeah, good line.
No, there's quite a few really like solid ones like that. That's a fucking great one. Man, all
There's
right. What else?
There was a couple. It was only like 3 or 4 for me, but like that was one of the ones I was like, yeah, that was probably the best one. That's the only one I remember.
Off the top of my head, yeah. Right
Well, this
now.
guy, the guy that wrote Death to Smoochy, does not have a very this was the only movie I think he's ever done.
What else did he do?
One and done, baby.
The rest
Perfect.
were TV. The rest were TV movies. He also did Lucky Numbers, which looks like an actual movie, but he's only done TV movies and like TV episodes.
Lucky Numbers.
Okay, well, what about
Lucky Numbers? Yeah.
DeVito made? What else
88.
made?
Danny DeVito's made like 5 movies.
Night Scion TC crashed at 100 miles per hour. Real miracle.
He did
stuff
War
right
of
there.
Throw Mama from the Train, War of the Roses, Hoffa, Matilda, Death to Smoochy, and Duplex. That's his movies.
So he works with Danny DeVito. He's probably like right hand.
No. These are the movies that Danny DeVito did.
Oh.
The Adam Resnick guy.
I asked him what his what the Danny DeVito director movies were.
Yeah.
They're all good
I remember
ones.
I saw War of the Roses as a kid, actually, and I distinctly remember a part in there where Kathleen Turner bites Michael Douglas's dick. Like, they're fighting, and then she, like, seduces him and, like, starts giving him a blowjob, and then she just bites the fuck out of his dick, and then I think I can't remember, she might kill him or something like that. It's a very bizarre movie.
Dick.
So it's an odd movie.
Stop biting my dick. You're going to kill me.
You
no.
fucking bitch.
No.
Yeah. How did Danny DeVito film a dick bite?
You didn't see it. You just see like
it
Michael
seems
Douglas
like he doesn't show things like that, but like he does do a lot of like zooms. Like
I'm trying to what's Danny's like stamp of directing? Like what's he
Danny,
like to do?
Well, see, because he only made like fucking 5 films, you know.
Is it all a bunch of like looking at shots
before you get it straight up?
It's just wide. It's just your typical actor turned director where it's wide shots.
And wide thing though, because he also does a lot of like fucking like kind of clowny fucking like it's like the normal like standard wide comedy and like drama thing mixed with a little bit of fucking god damn it, I had it.
You know what he likes to do?
Cool.
He likes to focus on one person. He likes to do like a pan, like a half circle with a lot of stuff going in and around it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. He worked a lot with Scorsese too, didn't he? Like maybe there's a little bit of that in there. Like Scorsese fucks.
I mean, it's definitely some Italian. He has a lot of Italian shit going on.
Yeah, I guess that's just how Italians make movies.
Italians, they just always have to have the mafia in there.
Because like Death to Smoochy's got a lot of like
kind of guy.
Really hard hard light scenes and like silhouetting. Everything's like gets very interesting when it gets when characters introduced in Death to Smoochy. It's like they make them into portraits, you know.
Danny DeVito is like if you took fucking like a classic Hollywood director mixed with fucking Terry Gilliam. That's where I was going for. He's got a lot of that fucking like weird like silliness to him. That's where.
He's a silly guy.
He's like 4'2".
Yeah, he's a goofy boy.
Are you saying 4'2" folk have to be silly, bro?
They have to be silly.
Is Peter Dinklage silly?
I think if you look like Danny DeVito, you have 2 options.
Peter Dinklage is silly because he's like
always
in such serious.
He's British. Because you put that on him, you racist.
Yeah, I mean,
Dinklage British too.
I think he might be. I don't know.
That's a 2 for baby.
He's a silly looking.
No. Actually, fucking, I might take that back. I think Peter Dinklage might be a fucking patriot. Not patriot. He's
Democrat. He's British.
You know. Peter Dinklage, American. He's a patriot.
No, straight up, Godspeed.
100.
That's why I thought
born in New Jersey. He was born in New
Death
Jersey.
at a funeral or something. Or no, he's gay. Death at a funeral.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
Yeah, he was the guy who was banging the dead black guy.
Because like Danny DeVito's also been the Penguin, like he gets it. He looks funny and weird. So it's either he's a funny and chill kind of wacky dude, or he turns into a gruff jackass, like one of those people that's like, you don't call me a midget, I'm a short person. You know?
No, Danny DeVito don't do it. Danny DeVito don't do that. Think about it. He's been on fucking Always Sunny, the most fucking like offensive, not offensive, but you know what I mean, like fucking the most like fucking we're pushing the boundaries kind of comedy in the mainstream for 8 years, and they've or 12 years or whatever, and they've never fucking done a short joke. They've never done one short joke because Danny DeVito don't like that shit.
Yeah, they call D a bird.
I think it's easy.
Like they call D a bird, and like Dennis, like he has like looks of a psychopath and all that kind of stuff, and never.
And they just call
about...
Frank disgusting and old.
Wait,
they never point
no.
out
The one thing that they said about Frank, I think I remember, was when they say that like they're obviously not his kids, and they like look at him, just look at him. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
that's it.
That's what's great about that show is like fucking Dane DeVito clearly has the line on the short jokes. He will not do the short jokes. But he will do every other joke in existence. He will fucking get buck naked and put himself in a leather couch.
He'll almost say the N-word.
Did he say the N-word?
Well, it's like season 8 or whatever. They like switch by to the black people. He's like, I'm gonna say my fella. I'm gonna say my guy. I'm gonna say the N-word. They're like, no.
I remember Seth told me that I interpreted that entire episode wrong, and I'm a racist once. But either way, outside of that, fucking did you ever hear that story? Did you ever hear that story about how fucking it was like Danny DeVito's 50th or 60th or whatever birthday, and they It's Always Sunny guys for the pilot sent him a script because like Danny DeVito would always do the craziest shit in every fucking episode and like do the crazy. So they were like, let's find something Danny won't do. So they write a whole fucking episode about him going to prison, just getting raped over and over and over and over and over again. And then at the end of it says Happy April Fool's, Happy Birthday Danny DeVito or whatever. But like apparently he was calling his agent in the middle of reading that script. He was like, oh fucking, I love these guys, but oh gosh,
we're not gonna do that.
It's a lot of rape.
That was the entire joke. Was just rape.
God, we got a scene in here where they just pick me up, or they just.
That must have been fun to write too, though. That must have been really fun.
I'm hoping that they actually put some effort. Episode. I know. I'm hoping there was still like good jokes peppered in throughout, just so it actually seemed like an episode.
They're funny fucking dudes. So I bet
stage action. A white man with humongous cock walks in.
Yeah.
Stage action. Black man with a small cock walks in. Stage action. Asian man with a big cock walks in.
Stage action. POV camera. You're looking at.
If that did happen in It's Always Sunny fucking polish.
Dicks walk.
Yeah.
He's it's easy. He'd be like, I don't want the short jokes. I get it. It makes you do other stuff. Fuck. Okay, that's it. What else do you say about Death of Smoochy? It's solid. I like it.
Yeah.
You guys
I liked it, but there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's not like you. I mean, we touched the big highlights, I feel like.
Do you have anything else? Like, Brant, as a child watching this movie, what really sticks out to you? What were the memories of, like, Death to Smoochy? That's a great movie. I'm a kid.
There's a weird parallel between this and, what's that, Scrooged, where Robin Williams is underneath
not Robin Williams. Fucking Bill Murray.
No. Robin Williams
is Scrooged?
No, Robin Williams' Death for Smoochy, when he's in the fucking train station, is the same in my mind as when, in Scrooge when he finds his homeless buddy frozen to death underneath the subway rails. I feel like
I liked Scrooged a lot as a kid.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I've rewatched it since then, and it's not bad. It's just like it was awesome as a kid. It was incredible.
I rewatched it like a few years ago, and I remember not thinking as highly of it, but it's still a good movie.
I think what sticks in my head is all the stuff with Spinner, the Irish Mafia. That's what Danny likes to do. He likes to do a simple shadow with like a color backdrop, and then like a pretty good close up of a face, because he does that quite a few times with this. I think he does that in Matilda. He just boom. It's like just
he does
blue in a
his
shadow.
Extreme close-ups too. Like they're wide.
It's at an angle. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why I was kind of saying the Terry Gilliam thing, because he likes the like strange, awkward, like fucking.
Did he? Beetlejuice does something similar like that. I like movies that do that. Maybe that's all that stays in my mind is that.
Very visual movies.
It's a good movie. It's funny. That's why I said it's just like it's a good dude. It's funny stuff happens, and it's kind of dark occasionally. Like when he's about to light himself on fire, and all the people are watching, and just the little girl stops and blows it out, and then immediately they all fuck away to go see Smoochy, and he's just like, "Why, God? What does it mean?"
That wasn't funny to me. That was like a good dramatic moment to me. But then I thought, like, because the little kid put the fucking rhino hat on it afterwards, the fucking the Smoochy hat on afterwards, I was really thinking that scene was gonna lead to him like going on the fucking spree or whatever. But the next fucking scene was him like saying like, "Oh, I feel conflicted about it," and then like they had to like nail you on the head. Oh, this is how his character changed. Because I felt like that was enough. That scene where he just looked at it was enough to make him fucking like start going and trying to kill, or like trying to kill even further.
Yeah.
Because that was when he ran up into the house. That should honestly, I think he should have just cut out that scene with him talking to the fucking short fella again. And just fucking That's
How long was this movie?
Hour fucking 40? Hour 40?
Yeah.
Hour and a half, because like credits are like 12 minutes.
Somehow it still seemed like it was a fairly short movie, but somehow it still felt like there was
Felt a
unnecessary
little long.
stuff in it.
A lot of stuff happens. You know, they got a lot of things to cover. They got to talk
It
about.
does.
Like,
It happened. I liked the way it started off. Actually, it gets going very quickly.
That's the thing. Fucking same thing with every fucking movie, every video game, probably every book. I'm not a good reader, but fucking everything starts off. If you can just like get your good premise in the beginning, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Then you got
pretty solid.
finish it.
You could tell if a book actually sucks if it doesn't stay good throughout.
No, it's very annoying.
Because then you just won't finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a lot more investment.
I started reading that Galactic Hero book, by the way, Brian.
Oh,
pretty good.
You got it. You read some Bill the Galactic? Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, like 20 pages. I'm only 20 pages, but
so what? Like he's already like dipping the mom sending the postcard. He dips it into like the nutrient sludge, and like his buddy gets like taffy, and he's like, oh.
No, I haven't gotten to that part yet. He just got into boot camp with that like. It's funny because the boot camp like sergeant is very much like the Arlie Ermy character in Full Metal Jacket, but this is like
this came out
but this is before.
Time,
I think it's before. I think it might be before
Is
Full
it?
Metal Jacket. Like Full Metal Jacket came out in the 80s, and this is like a 60s book. So
maybe. Fuck,
yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Like, it's a good book.
It's just a great book. Yeah,
There's
it's
also
just
just
like,
a
you
lot
get
of
down there, yo.
The dumb sex
Yo,
jokes
eater.
really make it. So
Yeah,
anyway.
you gotta. Well, tell me how you think when you finish it. Okay, sorry. So, Death to Smoochy, solid movie. It's got great representation of the differently abled as well as women. Not as many gays as there could be. A lot of Jews.
Not enough blacks.
Yeah, there's not that many blacks.
There's like no black people in this. Holy
No.
shit,
Not
you're
enough.
right.
Danny
Not
DeVito is Italian, so just saying.
That's why you can say the N-word.
Yeah, I mean maybe
same thing with
Columbus
Greeks.
Day is really
Same thing
dear
with
to his
Greeks.
heart. Yeah.
Do either of you guys necessarily want to go first? Do you, anything?
I have such a flimsy idea.
I got nothing.
You
I'm
got
just
nothing?
I'm looking through the ether.
I
right
can
now.
go first. That's fine. So this came out in I don't know. I'm doing the bottom of the barrel right now, but this came out in 2002.
If this came out today,
Porno of it.
it would be crazy.
No, not that. I mean,
2000s.
basically, it's. I mean, I'm just thinking, a lot of the kids are coping a year after 2001, and I think Smoochy.
Imagine how they felt after January 6th.
Yeah. Well, no. I thought about that. Like, I don't want to update it for today. I honestly think it should just be like a remake of Death to Smoochy in the same time era, and Smoochy. I think he really didn't address the 9/11 situation in this movie, and he should have.
God damn it, Cat.
It should have been a Smoochy stops 9/11. You're right. That
Yeah, and I was also thinking about that. I was thinking about some way that like
instead of the
Rainbow
Nazi
Randall-
scene, it should have been
exactly.
him
I was
flying the
thinking
plane.
Rainbow. Yeah, I was thinking Rainbow Randall. It would be funny if he tried to like pin 9/11 on Smoochy, and Smoochy turns it around and he's like, "No, I'm gonna cure the aching heart of children in this country who are traumatized."
It'd
by
have to be
9/11.
something dumber. Like I'd want to like almost cutthroat stupid. Like the plane hits and the plume of smoke looks just like Smoochy, and then as the other one like goes down, like you see like his blimp fly by with like Smoochy on air or whatever, and then everyone's like, "Bad time, man."
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
would be.
The
yeah,
air
he has
sirens
like a.
going off over Ukraine, and the Applebee's commercial
Well-
starts. If you haven't seen that,
No, I haven't seen that.
like just
Yeah.
You haven't seen that?
Wait, what is it?
Yeah, it was like just recently
It was
after
this
like
thing where
Russia
it was
attacked
like
Ukraine.
a live fucking CNN or live C-SPAN was like, and the bombing starts over Ukraine.
And it's like no, it's just air sirens are going off, so it's like, "Wah," and then it's like a little bit of country fried. It just cuts
Oh
to
wait,
an
I have. It was like Arby's, right? It
Yeah.
was like an Arby's.
Yeah,
place. Okay, I have seen
it was
that. Yeah.
Applebee's. It was Applebee's.
Applebee's. Okay, yeah. I think I did see that actually. That was pretty funny. Yeah.
Just do something like that, but it's Smoochy instead. Everyone's like, bad time.
Well, I think more if it's Smoochy, like he's probably going to be pushed into something like that where they're trying to like capitalize off of like everyone's like over emotional response to 9/11, and he's like, I don't want to. I want to do it this way probably. Like I think everyone's very very hurt and they don't need to be sold products too. During 9/11, it's still September. Like we can't be doing this right now, and they're like, no.
It's September 12th. It's just
it's September 12th. Like come on, and they're like, no, Smoochy.
Monsters already talking about Smoochy brand 9/11 Jenga.
Yeah. I want to see this movie, and I just want Smoochy to address 9/11. That's all I ask. I think it should be more 9/11 centric, because he's ignoring the elephant in the room, and that's very unlike Smoochy. You know what I mean? Smoochy would have...
Do I pick bad movies to, like, remake? You guys have nothing but time to bitch about them and what you would do better, but you come at me with...
the worst shit.
Fucking retard, you stupid brain-dead moron. What the fuck?
Oh, it's another 9/11 rehash that...
I actually like this idea as far as a remake goes, but, like, it's hard... as far as, like, a pick goes, I think this is an interesting pick. But it is hard to remake. It shouldn't be that hard theoretically.
No,
it's got an interesting I think Cats just fucking sucks, and I think I probably suck too. I probably suck too, but Cats fucking suck.
I didn't put a whole lot of thought into this. But...
this one particularly is. I'm just telling you right now. Bottom of the barrel, Cats. I think you're fucking digging dirt there, Chief.
I told you.
You're in the well. You got words.
It was entirely based on 2000. It's 2002 release date, and I really liked the antismoochyism line, and so I went entirely.
That's really solid.
Well, but do you remember the anti-smoochyism line? Do you remember that part?
So what would it be for here? It's like because anti-Islamic it would just be like anti-smoochy still. It's Yeah. What's the joke for 9/11 then? If this is the fucking big pivot point for you,
it's Smooch 11.
Shut the fuck up.
He didn't even think the pun through.
Wade.
The pun is your
Cats. I want you to go sit in a corner.
No.
Think about what you've done.
Just put your head down for a second.
I didn't know what to do for Death to Smoochy. You're getting what you get.
Okay, Randy. Here's what I got. Here's what I fucking got. Trying my best here. Okay. So fucking Rainbow Randolph gets fucking kicked off the show or whatever, and then he just fucking goes straight down to the gutter. But nowadays, fucking like with the media, and I'm not saying the movie should be remade into the modern fucking era. I think it should also take place fucking like 2000 pre 9/11 in this case. I don't know why, but
Okay.
But all right, but anyway, fucking like, so I'm thinking like fucking if media finds a thing, they will fucking find a way to make money off of it. And fucking Randolph gets canceled or whatever. He just got canceled to make money, so he like comes into some like Anthony Cumia types, and he just like starts doing like fucking like the Renegade Children's Hour, and then he becomes immediately like the Fox News to Smoochy, and then like fucking years go by and they start like fucking competing. Fucking Randolph is on the fucking like the edgy side of it, and then eventually the edgy side starts getting more and more fucking money because he's not actually edgy. He's getting bought out by all the corporate money and the sugar and all that shit.
I'm driving. I
so
get
the billionaires switch teams.
He rebounds, so Rainbow Ralph hits the ground, and he's gonna
just
end up
like, all right, I'm gonna start a show from my basement, and then he just starts the show from his basement, does public access.
Grassroots. He's got to go back to like what Smoochy's doing. He maybe even starts with a methadone clinic. Maybe he starts like bottom of the barrel again before he like expands the empire type of thing.
No, exactly. Well, so this is a guy. Randolph is a guy who got cut out from his meal.
Don't worry about Cats. Don't worry about coming back to me with the second part. That's okay.
Randolph is a guy.
I like my idea better.
Randolph is a guy.
I think 9/11's funny too, but this already has Nazis in it. Like you can't have both, buddy. It's one or the other.
That is not logical at all. You can always have both. You can't have too much of a good thing.
I think that's my lie.
In the world where we're all holding hands around a giant burning cross.
Yeah.
You can have 9/11 or Nazis, but you cannot have both.
No. That's ridiculous.
Anyway.
So it's like calling Danny DeVito short. It's a short joke for Danny DeVito. It's too easy.
Anyway.
It's too fucking stupid. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Okay. So the fucking like he starts fucking building up his audience, Randolph is
Yeah,
like
he's
just on the
Fox
same
News.
level eventually, just because he gets grassroots fucking movement. So then the
He's
billionaires
Alex
switch teams. The billionaires start backing Randolph. He's got all the cereals and everything behind it. And fucking our boy Smoochy still has his integrity. And he's just pushing all these fucking like beliefs he has and all the fucking like fruits and vegetables and such like that. But the money just eventually starts dwindling. He starts running out of fucking money. Fucking Randolph takes him over. And fucking Smoochy, after being pushed to this point where fucking everybody leaves him in his life, there's no money left in this fucking enterprise, he decides to bomb the Twin Towers. Or any other terrorism. I just want.
I knew it.
I just wanted to put the punchline in there. You can't deny me the punchline.
I called it. I was like, very pre 9/11, huh? I knew it. I knew you were gonna fucking do it.
I shouldn't have said pre 9/11. As soon as I said that shit, I was like,
You gave your
I
hand
knew it was
away
like
a little
September
bit
10th.
there.
Gotcha. The day before. I like it because I think it would be funny. You were saying like it should be darker. I think a good dark aspect would definitely be to do something like
and it's like a straight up like fucking schizophrenia, left brain, right brain kind of thing, where it's fucking like it goes to like super dark, fucking super straightforward, like Alex Jones level, fucking like
the 9/11
programming, fucking straight up Matt Walsh fucking shit, where it's fucking like going hard on the fucking crazy like fucking like Randolph shit, and then it like just ping pongs back to this like goofy boo fucking shit. It's right back over there.
Yeah, you do it dark. You do it like mean, right? Because here's the idea: is like where Smoochy's selling, magic homegrown cookies and like naturally sweetened, no sugar. Rainbow Ralph has like candy cigarettes and lollipops and spaghetti cans and like all this carcinogenic bullshit. But that's the stuff kids like. Kids fucking love
SpaghettiOs, the Taco Bell kids menu.
If a toy is more likely to fucking take off the tip of one of their fingers, they're
The more sawdust in the ground beef, the better.
Yeah, they can't get enough of it. So
Exactly.
yeah, I like that.
Enough of that sawdust.
There's nothing wrong with sawdust. It's just fiber. It's like a brand.
It would be funny if Edward Norton accidentally just destroyed the kids' network, and in its place, like Rainbow Randolph is just standing.
Yeah, could you imagine if just like Fox News and Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon just straight up got fucking circumvented by Fox News, and it was just like fucking like kids Fox News. That's why I'm picturing Rainbow Randolph.
Remember the good old days when Rainbow Randolph was on the air, not this gay Smoochy character? Who needs a dinosaur?
You think I can't accept money for things like this? I am a patriot. Like he'll just lean into the whole "I'm a patriot" thing. And they just get kids sugar and is like, that's American enterprise.
I feel like Smoochy like what's Smoochy's character? I feel like Smoochy should have.
Smoochy's just the liberal. Smoochy is
he's
CNN.
The liberal?
Smoochy is just CNN. He's the old media.
Yeah.
So
no, I feel like if I was gonna make Smoochy different for like my 9/11 Death to Smoochy, I think Smoochy would kind of be like an Alex Jones type of figure.
No, see that's the thing is
he gets in, and then he starts giving a. I know. I think it should be Smoochy, and then Smoochy starts like saying all the kids should be taking his brain powder supplements, and he starts giving everybody like the bone meal broth, or whatever.
I guess that's also the thing too. Yeah, that's a good point, Catch, because like in this where it is now, when it was made, Smoochy was very left-leaning, bleeding heart liberal. Nowadays, he's an all-natural, probably raw.
By modern standards,
he could be doing the raw egg diet.
Yeah,
nowadays
he's a raw egg nationalist kind of guy.
It's
he's
entirely
like,
possible.
Raw egg nationalist.
Raw egg nationalism. No, I think So he starts getting the kids on like extreme diets. He's telling them to eat raw eggs. He's telling them to take like these protein capsules and all that kind of shit. And then
put spirulina in everything he eats.
Yeah, and keep in mind this is still set in 2002, and he addresses the 9/11 question much more like head on, because in this universe he's Alex Jones Smoochy. And,
all right, I'll give it to both of you. There is a scene where he comes down after the Nazi thing and he's got the American flag and like
Yeah, but they just cut away from that scene. That speech was probably funny. That was a chance for funny.
Yeah, well, it should have gone on longer. It should have gone on longer with all the setup.
Is that where I think, would it say both of you guys if I just told you right now, and I just keep telling you every time it gets brought up, that during that part when Smoochy walks down with the American flag, he takes a moment to stop and he addresses the fact that 9/11 happened, and he says,
That would
This
fix
is
the
the
movie
time.
for cats. That would fix the movie for cats.
Wait,
'Cause it did
did
happen.
he say that? What did he say?
Yeah, he said
In the
like
original
9/11
cut?
did happen. He said 9/11 happened, and this is a time when America needs to stand together and unites.
Did I miss this? Are you you're shitting?
You
me?
did,
That's
yeah,
not a
no,
line.
totally
did
happened.
nothing
I
wrong.
think that's not a line. That's not a line. No.
It did.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
He has the American flag coming down and everything. We were talking about they're playing the music, and he says, "Listen, 9/11 happened, kids." And it's like, you don't have to be scared because we're in America.
Sounds
we're
like
a
fake
band
news
together.
to me.
He has a whole.
No,
he
you
has a
weren't
whole
paying
thing.
attention, cats.
Sounds like
And
some
then he
fake
howls.
news.
Remember, because then he howls afterwards. Like, and then
No, he howls
like,
a couple
9/11
scenes later. You're fucking it up
Yeah,
there.
you're
No,
that's the end of the movie, and he's talking about his
No.
own like all the stuff he's gone through.
No, when he's after like in his like the campfire, and he's got like that because he walks down there, he's like, well, like kids, I came back, and this 9/11, it may have got a lot of you scared. It's got some people frustrated. You know what I like to do when I'm frustrated? I howl, and then all the kids
I
howl.
bomb the shit out of him.
You know what I do? I see every towel head I see, and I start spitting.
Wait,
Well, you know
And
what
then
I'm
who went
doing, kids? I'm checking to
your
make sure
guys'
who's
movie,
getting
in the
on
real
my
movie, he
feet.
just
That's
says
what I'm
like,
doing.
that's all he says is like 9/11 happened. If you guys are frustrated, just howl. That's
Brant,
that's
are you
just-
like? I
Well,
was
yeah,
kidding
I just
around.
think
You're joking, right?
in
No,
this,
it's real.
in
That
today's
happens.
That does
world,
not happen in this movie.
that happens in the
We're not
movie.
talking
They
about the
talk
tragedy.
about
No, he's-
9/11. That's
he's wrong.
Smoochy.
This is fake news. He's
No, it happens.
He
You
is,
weren't paying
he's-
attention. You were watching
No,
while you were
I was
at
paying.
work.
I paid attention
You didn't pay
enough to know
shit
that
for
that didn't
attention.
happen.
You were fucking.
I
in
know
your
all the
Excel
key parts of
spreadsheet.
this
Comes out and
movie.
says,
Quiz
"Boy,
me,
that thing's
quiz
to
me.
hit the
Give
Pentagon.
me the
Like
death to
testicular
Smoochy
course,
quiz.
looking at
Yeah,
the girl
give
from
me the death to
accounting.
Smoochy quiz, Brant. I'll pass it flying colors.
Death the Smoochy comes out.
What's
the
name of the
Smoochy
midget?
comes out and he starts talking
What's
about
the
how
only
jet fuel
midget that
doesn't
has a
help
fucking
well-being.
speaking line in this movie? What's his name?
The only midget who has a speaking line.
No,
Mhm.
he's not the only midget who has a speaking line. There's like at least 3.
No,
not counting Dan.
it's really just him.
What's
Isn't
that
it like-
guy's name?
Isn't it like
That
some
guy
Mexican
deserves a
name
shout-out.
or
He's a good
something?
actor.
Like
It's
Andreo? It's like Andreo. I don't know.
It's Angelo. It's Angelo. That's pretty close.
Was that the name of the character?
There you go.
I'm talking about the actor.
Angelo.
Who's the actor?
He's a midget. No, I'm not talking about the actor. I don't give a fuck.
no,
'cause
the
it's
character.
talking
I
about
don't
the
know who
movie.
the character, the actor is. Yeah, no,
Uh,
yeah, because he goes to him for like, he freaks out and he's like, smashes his television.
What
blah,
does she
blah, blah.
throw? What does she throw at Edward
smashed
Norton
someone
to get him
else's
out of the
television.
office? When they're
It's like a
doing like the
frisbee.
whole, yeah.
Isn't it
What's
like a
Edward
frisbee?
Norton do though? Does he? Yeah, when after it, like,
Oh,
it
she
knocks
just
out,
says
what's he
fetch.
do?
She just basically fetches. Like he has to go get it. That's what happens. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
but like what happens afterwards?
She locks him out,
And then what?
and then they do the meeting, and then they do the product placement, and then like he meets with her afterwards, and he's like, I felt like maybe you guys weren't listening to me.
Alright.
Blah blah blah.
Mm.
See, Brant, fake news over here. Fake news factory, dirty smear merchants, dirty
Right, you-
smear merchants.
The trolls.
Yeah. No, this is like Gamergate all over again. I'm like Brett Kavanaugh on the seat right now, and Brant's
Wait,
just like
come on.
spinning lies. He's spinning lies.
They do talk about 9/11. I'm just trying to think.
No,
of,
they
like,
don't.
something else.
They don't talk
They do.
about 9/11. No, they
They
don't.
do. They talk about
No, they
9/11 after he walked, because it's the Nazi thing. It's a Nazi thing, and then like
It's
after
two reasons
Rainbow
why.
Randolph.
I think that you were probably just too traumatized by 9/11 when you first watched this
Brant's
movie.
So what
spun his
happened?
You're just
tail and
combining
he's convinced
thoughts.
himself of it. Brant's just convinced himself of his own.
Because
fake
that
news
did not
narrative.
happen. That did
It
not
didn't
happen.
happen at all. It
The
absolutely
way it
didn't happen.
happens.
No, it
Guaranteed
Whatever.
don't. Guaranteed don't.
don't happen.
It's not like a big thing. They just kind of touch on it. They say like, listen,
They
9/11
didn't.
happened, and a few kids are scared or frustrated. Like you could get it out by howling. He has a
Who
whole
would-
thing.
Who would be okay? I was trying to think who would if Sheldon is Alex Jones, who would Rainbow Randolph then be? Because I feel like Rainbow Randolph would be like
Yeah, I disagree with your premise, but
I don't
He's
I
Alex
think it's
Jones.
I think he
Rainbow
should be Alex
Randolph
Jones.
is like fucking Owen Benjamin.
yes, exactly.
fucking-
Okay, that would be great.
You gotta
That
go
would be
even
great.
fucking nicher.
Just even crazy. Like Rainbow Randolph is
Yeah.
like, no, you have to be drinking turpentine and you have to get the grabblers out of your body.
Jones never disowned his entire family
You
because
have
he
to-
would shut the fuck up about the moon landing.
Rainbow Randolph
Joke.
just goes. He literally, it could be the same kind of like origin story of Owen Benjamin, where Rainbow Randolph gets fired from his show, and then he starts doing live streams in his backyard, to like 1,000
And he starts
people
calling
just being
everybody
crazy.
gay.
Yeah, he starts
Smoochy
just
is
calling
like-
everybody. Yeah,
Right.
Talked about how he's a great father.
Rainbow Randolph would be like, you have to ferment your meat. You can't refrigerate meat. What you do is you put it in a Tupperware container.
He'd be total raw meat diet. He'd be the total like.
Yeah. No, like the high meat or whatever they call, where it's like just,
high meat. Hell yeah, dude.
High meat?
Rainbow Randolph would
good.
be mad into high meat. He'd be sponsored by high meat.
Them like doing jankum and stuff. And it's like a natural high. It's just
I actually like heard jankum is a myth that might have been by people who don't think that fucking Africans ever do anything weird. So you never.
What is jankum? Again?
Jankum is the thing where allegedly people in fucking third world countries were fucking like just pulling up fucking like bottles full of fucking sewage and just fucking smelling it through a fucking balloon.
Well, they would
I've heard of people doing that with porta potties.
What you do is you fill a porta potty or like you shit in a jar.
If someone can get high off of it, they get high off of it all the time.
Here's how to make jankum, kids. You take sewage or you take your shit and you put it in a bottle or a jar. Then you put a balloon or an apparatus over it that will inflate. And when it's fully inflated, you take it and you huff it. And that's what gets you high. But supposedly it's supposed to you're just like inhaling a lot of methane, and so you
just go get some
same
paint
thing with any other inhalant.
Just go to your dad's garage if you really need to get high. Like it's gonna be safe. Just go to the garage, get some paint thinner, and just huff some paint thinner. Like
no, but if you can't even afford paint thinner, you just go to the creek and you just pick up the shit.
This is like Chinese mud hut.
Yeah, this is like India, like fucking like Indians, fucking like
like cats, like people that use jankum are like trailer trash idiots and people with fucking nothing else.
Mm-hmm. I think every kid that's interested in like drugs, like if pot is like the gateway drug, which it kind of seems like it is.
Cats.
Kids should be given like tea. They should just be given like what they think is marijuana, but it's just like Lipton tea, and then they have to smoke that. And they smoke that for like a year, and they're never gonna want to try drugs.
I used to smoke.
I think jankum is for people who can't even afford Lipton tea. They're just like fucking going straight to the source. They just have a crick full of shit here. They know that if you put a balloon on it, you can just start huffing.
I guess, yeah.
Because one guy probably stood by the river of shit once and got high as fuck by smelling it. And they're like, dude, figure out a way to do that.
I feel like I would rather, if you really want to go for a brain dead state, I would rather just asphyxiate myself. Like, then you have fucking like risks like fucking
that's dangerous.
Greatest dad.
Exactly. Then you
got the risk.
You're not huffing shit though. I mean, nobody wants to.
Well, it's like shit though. It's like, you huff too much shit and you pass out. Well, guess what? You can't huff shit when you're passed out. So at least you'll be breathing again in a second. Whereas if you fucking are like, tying a belt around your neck so you can get high off the choking game. And you don't have a friend.
That's way riskier than sniffing shit. That is way more like you could die from doing that. Sniffing shit, you're just like making yourself dumb.
Or if you actually like crush your larynx or like you pinch one of your fucking like arteries or some shit. Like there's way more fucked up stuff.
Then drink like gasoline. I'd rather drink gasoline. I'd rather just like.
Guess what? They do that in Australia too.
Yeah, but that'll destroy your innards.
Apple's fucking drink petrol.
I would rather drink gasoline regularly than huff shit regularly. I would destroy my innards.
Australia.
Well, they don't have. How are you going to afford gasoline, cats? They can't afford.
I would siphon it from cars. I would siphon it. I would siphon it from cars.
That is a problem.
Siphoning it. All right, okay. Anybody can find a tube. Valid point. You can siphon.
And then you just slurp that out of the cars directly. You don't even.
Well, that's probably what the elites say. Like that's probably like the jankum sniffers, and they're like, "Dude, I don't sniff jankum," and then they sniff some gasoline.
Gasoline has a lot of calories. It has a lot of calories. Like it's a very like it's protein maxing. Yeah. It's calorie maxing your diet for sure.
Min-max.
Yeah.
Not protein. It's not protein. That's
just calories. Just calories.
It's just
definitely
calories.
not protein. There is something in there.
I think that means your body technically can't.
Your body runs on stuff
anyway.
Yeah, it's like protein.
Can't like process gas.
It's a liquid like protein. It's a protein like
liquid carb.
Yeah, liquid carbs.
Right. Carbon. It's liquid.
It's ethanol.
Carbon.
It's got ethanol in it. That's what gets you drunk.
Oh. Like 10%.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's not really like. It's probably just gonna make you sick. I saw 1,000 Ways to Die where a guy drank gasoline, but then he just like puked it up onto a campfire, and then it traced his.
It was in Montana. It happened in Montana too. It was.
That was in Montana. Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why I remember that.
Greatest fucking state in the union.
That's a great. Yeah, that's a great. Like lots of states have some good deaths, in their histories. That's a good one. Montana.
Yeah,
A
you know,
lot of
the
people-
only movies I've watched in the most
A lot of
recent
people go insane and kill themselves in Montana. Seems to be the
fucking Man or What is a Woman? Those are the only recent movies I've watched.
Main drinking death. Montana gasoline, gas hole, 1,000 Ways to Die. West Glacier,
Also,
Montana.
1,000 Ways to Die is usually like semi.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some episodes in 1,000 Ways to Die that like it's like there's no way that
There's
you
some
know
cool
this. Like there was one where it was like, oh, this woman was like deep throating a cucumber because she was walking
They have
through
the
her
stories,
yard.
but it's allegedly.
There was no way
yeah,
they could have
like,
known.
and she
There was
hits-
no way they
hits
could
the
have
rake
known
and,
what
like-
was going on. They said that she was practicing deep throat, and then she steps on a rake and it
Like, it
jams it into her
slams
mouth.
down
It's
her
like, no,
throat.
what if she was just taking a bite of the fucking cucumber and then stepped on the rake? Like, how do you know what her intentions were with the cucumber?
Honestly,
making shit up.
what's more likely? You were
That
biting a
pussy was
cucumber,
wet.
or you were practicing.
He showed up. The
I
EMT
think
was.
They saw that
I've
death.
never seen
It's a
anybody
funny way
bite
to
a
die.
cucumber.
I've bitten into a cucumber before, like
You
out of
would
the
bite
garden.
into a cucumber. You
I've
fucking
bitten into an
pillow-biter.
onion. I've been into onions, tomatoes,
Well,
like
onions
whatever.
and
like, those
tomatoes are
good.
different than cucumbers. Cucumbers suck.
No, they don't. They don't that,
I
they
like
don't suck.
cucumbers. Fuck you.
Yeah, cucumbers
you.
are pretty good.
Yeah, I knew you fucking bitches
Here's-
would be against that.
Here's how they knew cats. One, because it's on Spike TV, so everything has to be slightly sexual. That's where Ways
Yeah.
came out.
Straight up,
and
straight up,
two,
valid point,
when the
valid point.
EMT showed up, they're like, well, obviously they checked the ABCs, airway, breathing, circulation, but there's an unknown third one, and that's the
Spike
G.
TV is to be
They checked for that rule. They went down there like these
I
panties.
know, but it's literally
So,
like
this was a
it's
sexual death.
on the surface level. Like, there's no way that they could get the information that they had. Like, there was no witnesses
They
to
looked
it.
at her soaked panties.
Unless
I
they
know,
knew
but it
that,
was-
for instance,
it was-
unless that was just a story based
I'm
on
not
a guy who-
moralizing. I don't want to moralize like a bunch, but like honestly,
You're
it sucks
moralizing
for that
super
woman.
hard.
Like that
They
lady
lifted-
like
they
was
lifted
might have
that
just been
dress up,
eating a
like-
fucking cucumber, and then Spike TV
Sourdough.
comes along and they're like, nah, she was fucking sucking. She was sucking that cucumber, and you're like,
Why would anybody ever eat a cucumber? I feel like I should be I should be part of Spike TV.
You like watermelon?
You're not a good ambassador of what people should eat. So I mean,
It's good
you know,
for you.
No, I'm not, but I'm probably a fucking comparable ambassador to like what Spike TV people were eating.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean-
and definitely not
Joe's,
fucking
yeah.
cucumbers. They'd be on my
Okay.
side. They'd be on my side. Text Jimmy Kimmel fucking 20 years ago,
I
and he'd
love
be like, "No one's cucumbers." I just
Mexican
want
style
rape.
cucumbers
Just
with like
pretend I'm
chamoy,
black.
tahine, and like a bunch of fucking candy and stuff. Damn. No wonder Mexico's as fat as America.
Are they?
Dwayne, you won. You
What?
won.
I won straight up.
Yeah. We're all just kind of like, fuck, we're everywhere, whatever. We're
Yeah,
done
we
with
all
it.
knew this was a failure coming in, or not
Yeah.
I
coming
like
in.
this.
Brand
I like-
accepted that. Brand accepted that we were not going. I tried my best, Brand. I tried my best.
That's fine. Yeah, you know, it's solid, and it's like a 9/11
I tried
joke.
to add a little bit more to it.
The
No,
9/11
yeah, like-
joke you can take out, Brand. You can take that joke out. That
No,
was
keep it in
literally
there. Like I
as
said,
a
it's already in the
response to
movie.
Kat's
It's
joke.
fine. We'll just play out the 9/11 bit that they do in the movie a little bit longer. It's
Which
easy.
They didn't in the movie, but
They did.
You have nostalgia, Brand. I think it's just like
No,
you have your rose,
watching it right
rose
now.
quartz thing in your brain just
I
refracts
watched it just a
9/11.
minute ago. I watched it just a minute ago. It's after Rainbow Randolph.
And the 9/11 part did not happen.
Who set up the Nazi
It didn't
thing?
happen.
And Smoochy
Brand-
has his
Brand, it
comeback,
didn't happen.
and they do the
Share
big
the
TV
screen.
show comeback. And he's
Brand,
wearing
share the
American-
screen.
Share screen, Brand.
Share
Share
screen
No,
and
just
show
do
us
that
that
line.
scene.
Now
I
we're at
want
the
you
end
to
of it.
show
At
us
the end
that
of it.
line.
It's right
Show
there.
us the line.
If you do it
We're at
just
the
for that line, it won't copyright claim.
Yeah,
us.
it's
No,
5
we're at the
seconds. It's
end.
literally 5
That's
seconds.
Like, we're at the end. I can't go back because it's
No,
not
yes,
a-
you can go back.
Yes,
there was
you
literally
can.
a bar there we're clicking.
No, because
at.
you'll stop.
Stop showing this.
No, it
Stop
won't.
showing this.
Pause it. Just
We're
pause
gonna get
it.
copyright.
You can scrub it.
Go back to the line.
You can watch it. Why don't you watch
No,
it? again?
you're like no, it's
You're
why
the guy
it's fake
who's fucking
news.
pushing
No,
Come on.
it's in there.
fake news.
No, if you want to, for the viewers of the podcast, it's fake news unless you show it right now. You've made the claim.
No, it's in there.
your crutch to bear.
Pics
Show
I
us.
just don't think
Show
you
us
guys
the
watch
fucking
it.
scene.
Pics
Show us
Obviously,
the
you
scene.
didn't
happen.
pay attention.
Pics-
You
yeah.
guys paid attention. This is
Then
ridiculous.
show us the scene.
This is ridiculous.
No.
No.
You just watched it. You should know the timestamp.
I did.
So show it to us.
Oh,
It's
the
like 5
timestamp. I
seconds.
give you the timestamp. It's
Pics
go
or
to the
didn't have. No,
timestamp.
you're gonna show the time. Play the time.
Just play the
Share audio.
timestamp.
I'm
It's
looking.
5
Go.
seconds.
Let's
I'm
go.
looking for the timestamp. It's about 53 minutes in or so. Let's see what we have. 55.
Share audio. Let's go. I want to hear it. I want to know.
57. We go like 60 minutes in.
somewhere in there.
So we're like an hour. Holy shit! It's like right at an hour. It's at an hour.
Okay, hit
Cryptic,
it. Share screen,
okay.
share audio. Let's go.
Hour on the mark, dude. Holy shoot! Look at this. It's like, so we're looking at Edward. Like, look at this guy.
Okay.
He's getting ready. There it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
There you go.
See, he's got the American flags. He's walking down.
Okay.
I remember that.
9/11 happened. There it is.
What?
He didn't say that.
Thumbs means two towers? Is that what you're saying?
We can't show too much more of this. We're gonna get.
No,
Okay,
we'll
so you
wait-
were just
we'll wait
making
till the 9/11 line
shit
No,
up.
see, here it is. Here's the campfire.
Great to be back home with you. I know I was.
Oh, the DMCA. Wait.
Some of you probably heard I went through some pretty rough times.
Fuck you,
9/11.
man.
He says it right there.
He's talking about the fact that he just got Nazified. He's
He
not
just said-
talking about 9/11.
He just talked about 9/11.
No, he didn't.
No,
was
he
talking
didn't.
about just went through some stuff. He didn't even say we went through.
Yeah,
some
he
stuff.
was.
said, I went
He was
through some
talking
stuff.
about
No, he
his.
said we
his
went through some stuff.
no, he said
When
I.
that happens, it is hard not to get frustrated.
See, he's talking
Go
about
back.
being frustrated.
Dude, he's
No,
talking
go back.
about Nazis.
Go back. Go back to the
No, he was
just the
talking
beginning
about
of his
9/11.
speech.
He was
Say it.
No, he was. Shut the fuck up. He's no.
Maybe if you guys would stop arguing with me, you could hear him talk about. He was just talking about it
Also,
again,
another
right there.
sign of why I really don't like the direction in this movie because, like, he's
Well,
so
look,
fucking
see?
intensely filmed here, and it just
Look.
makes it way too serious.
Yeah, you go into an hour.
And this old rhino might have to put a little hurt on someone else.
Huh?
Are you saying that's the equivalent of
That-
well, putting a boot in your ass
Well,
is the American
they
way?
said-
Is he Toby
He said
Keating right
he
now?
said the Twin Towers. He just said the Twin Towers.
He didn't just say
Did
the
he go
Twin
back?
Towers.
Go back.
Watch
My
it.
bad.
Started at an hour in.
You have a
Oh,
10-second. You have a 10-second back button right there. Just click it.
Yeah, just go
Click
back
it.
10
Just
seconds.
go back 10 seconds.
Just press the left button.
Anyways,
Like
well,
This is
what's the
fake
next
news.
movie,
This is
Dwayne?
fake news.
I think
Fake
you
news
guys are
factory
just-
over here. Fake
You
news
guys are just
factory.
willing to look at
Fake
anything.
news.
Yeah. You're a
He talks
dirty,
about- Watch it.
dirty smear merchant. A dirty,
Watch
dirty
it.
smear merchant.
You're one of the trolls.
Yeah, you're
Ridiculous.
no better than Anita Sarkeesian, honestly. You're no better. I wouldn't even rape you.
All
What's
right,
the
well, so
fucking
the
next
next movie that I'm doing, the next movie that I'm gonna do is like fucking cause like I don't have an answer, but I felt like it might be fun to talk about. Let's do What Is a Woman? Let's do it.
Oh God,
We're doing it. We're doing it.
I don't want to do it.
I know you don't want to do it. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's gonna be fun.
It's so annoying. No, I don't. I like the movie is. It's just an
No.
obvious. It's just an obvious
Pass.
movie.
I like I said, I've watched 2 fucking movies in the past fucking several
Pass.
weeks. And
Isn't
I
it
watched
like a
Ted
Blaze? Isn't
What
it
is a
made by
Woman?
like? Isn't it like the Blaze or like?
No, it's Daily Wire. And
Daily
it's the
Wire,
only
oh my
funny person
God.
From Daily Wire.
Fucking
Oh my
Matt
God.
Walsh, the most like white milk toast.
He is. Matt
fucking-
Walsh is often the most cringe person of them. But also in
Pass.
this movie, and that's why I want you guys to watch this movie, because I was actually
Pass.
impressed.
Let's just
In the
not do it.
second half, it gets very
Yeah,
ideological.
watch it.
First half, it's
What do you want to watch instead?
funny.
I thought we were gonna do. What were we gonna do? What were we saying we should do instead? It was Rob. Oh, Dad of the Year.
Hey, but this is my choice.
World's Greatest Dad.
Yeah, no, we'll watch. We'll watch Was a Woman.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
This movie looks terrible. Honestly, it just looks
Check
like.
it out. Let's
Search
see
for
after
it.
you see it. It's an interesting documentary. And if we did
Is
the
it
fucking
really
Bigfoot
interesting,
thing,
or is it just like?
we've done fucking like so many crazy internet things. This is my first addition to the crazy internet.
No.
It's not crazy
I haven't
internet,
done a
though.
crazy internet thing.
It's not
I
well.
think
At
Cat-
least it will
I
develop
know,
this
yeah.
kind of conversation.
You're the only one,
Yeah.
Cass.
I'm the only one that's
You
done
mean?
crazy
What
internet
do you
things
mean,
so far.
Joey He's the only one that's fuck you. Fuck you. Well,
Wait.
yeah, it's only been cats.
I was trying
I guess
to
it
think.
has only been cats.
Yeah, I
guess
can't
I'm
think of anything
joining on the
Brandt's done
Cats train.
Yeah.
So what you
Brand has
you're not
only done
joining.
weird ass movies. But here we
You're
go.
not
I'm-
joining in.
Cats
He's-
did a weird ass movie last time. I've done only like fucking like semi-normie shit. Like, and this is normie as far as weird shit goes.
This is your fall to
Let's go.
grace. This is your fucking knee.
I know, but
This
it's
is
just like I guess we can do it. I don't. It's just like such a like the fact that it's a Daily Wire movie. It's just like, oh my god, like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Well, honestly,
Why
like
don't we watch
fucking
the
like
Ben
the
Shapiro
school shooting movie
shooter
they made
movie
would have been
instead?
just as
Yeah.
good as a
That was
fucking
terrible,
discussion here.
That was.
I like
Yeah.
that. I thought that was a good ass movie.
It was. I don't know. I mean, this movie might be
Yeah, we
fun to
should
talk
get some.
about. I
Check
feel
it
like
out. Check it
there
out.
might be some
Honestly,
fun.
like it's very ideological, but it's weird that you guys are pushing so back against it.
Matt
I think
Walsh.
you guys would agree with a lot more of the shit that it says.
Reminds
I
me of
probably
Brett
do.
Gilman.
It's just boring though. It's not fun if you're just gonna be like, okay.
The way
like,
it's made is fun. The way it's made is fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's out there on the streets, epic trolling the libtards, right?
Oh, and he
he's
has
like,
a sit down with
Nah,
Jordan
because that's only
Peterson.
like that is part
There's
of
a
it.
whole scene that's a
He's
sit down with Jordan Peterson, Brant.
Does he talk about
It's not a
the
whole
9/11 scene
It's
and
like
Death of
fucking, like,
Smoochy?
six
It looked like a
Jordan
whole
Peterson?
sit down. It looked like a
Yeah,
whole
and they
sit down
probably fucking
segment.
uploaded the whole sit down at some point. But I'm talking about in the documentary, it's only like fucking like 4 to 5 audio.
I'm just
clips.
watching
And
the
do they
trailer.
talk
And
about
honestly, watch it,
9/11?
cats, because you'll probably be like, Jordan Peterson has the best points of anybody in this documentary.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan Peterson's a fucking pill popping loser.
yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't think as very highly of
Guys
Jordan
think
Peterson
fuckers.
these days. I guess, but I don't know.
Oh,
Matt
Matt
Walsh.
Walsh gets
Matt
kicked.
You
Walsh
guys
just
just said
says
a fat
obvious
woman was
things.
unfuckable?
Matt
He doesn't
Walsh.
say obvious. Yeah, he just.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
you know
Jordan
what the problem with
Peterson.
Matt Walsh
That
is?
was the
He
reason
fucking
everyone,
says
and I
obvious
thought it
things
was a
that people
cringe
or
thing he
doesn't
said.
matter.
But the reason Jordan Peterson recently got canceled was because he said somebody was unfuckable. Some fat lady.
Oh, it was
unfuckable.
like she was
It
actually
was like
kind of
Lizzo
cute.
or some shit.
No, it wasn't Lizzo. It was this girl that was. I'm pretty
If
sure
it was
this-
Lizzo, I'd be protesting for Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, no. Lizzo is genuinely unfuckable, but like it was actually this kind of cute.
I wouldn't say I'd still fuck Lizzo, but I'd fucking punch her a lot.
Yeah, just okay. Just hate fuck. Okay.
Sex?
Yeah,
I wouldn't fuck
Yeah.
her, but I would come by punching her a lot.
yeah. I donkey punched the shit out of her.
I'm not gonna come, but boy, oh
Yeah.
boy, is there gonna be some bruising.
Well, if you're
Oh,
not gonna
God.
come, why are you doing it?
I'm pretty sure the lady that Jordan Peterson got in trouble for, because I think I saw that tweet. Like she wasn't
Yes.
even bad looking. Like it was like some
Yeah, no, see, and I think that's probably why, like, my reaction when I saw it was like, ah, because like she actually was like slightly hot.
Yeah, it wasn't like something obvious. It was like, yeah, whatever. She's like,
He
I don't
picked
know.
the wrong hill to die on, dude, and that's
He
honestly
did.
like fucking like, are you gonna
This
fuck, like
looks
Jordan Peterson is a fascinating character. A lot of ups, a
fucking
lot of
dumb
downs.
and
I'm still
annoying.
pro JP.
What
How
does
long
a
is this
woman
movie?
look?
Hour 32? Is it 2?
Oh my
Hour
God.
35.
It's on
Okay,
the same website that we watched Smoochy.
I was gonna say if it was
Okay.
fucking 2 hours.
Because we
Well-
all have paid for Daily Wire. Just saying that.
Yeah,
just
this
saying
is
that.
yeah.
Saying we have
this
all
is
paid for Daily
our
Wire.
first propaganda episode coming next. It'll be great.
This is pretty hardcore. This,
We're all
this really
just
looks
gonna-
like.
It's
We're
an
all
this
just
is him
gonna
walking
agree
on-
on everything. Well, no.
How
maybe
much
we
of this, Wayne? How much of this is him walking on the streets owning
Owning the
epic
lids,
style
epic
lib
style.
tops?
Very
Yeah.
little, actually. Very little. I genuinely think you guys would actually like appreciate this documentary
won't.
Why?
Okay.
Why do you think that?
because you guys hate everyone. So
Including
do I.
Matt
That's
Walsh.
the only reason.
Yeah, including Matt Wall. I mean, yeah, but documentaries where I
Including
hate the
Running for
people
Fox.
are so kind of fun. Like Louis Theroux, I kind of dislike, but I like
I
his
love
documentaries.
Louis Theroux, dude.
That's 'cause-
Did you watch any about Louis Theroux's other shit? Louis Theroux's awesome.
No, I
I
haven't
like
watched
Louis
his other
Theroux.
stuff really.
It's
But-
great.
Grant, you went down a Louis Theroux hole, right?
Yeah, I like the Scientology documentary. He did
That was a good doc. That was a good doc.
He's got a lot of good documentaries.
And you watched the
I don't
most
like
hated
him.
family in America, right,
Yeah.
Brant?
Yeah, that was a good one.
That
I
was
like him.
a good
That's all.
fucking doc.
Louis is really good at his job. Doesn't mean I have to like him. Just like
Yeah, it's like
he's
I don't necessarily even like Michael Moore that much anymore, although I used to. But I like his documentaries actually. You know, some of them.
fun.
Yeah, no, you and your mom were both talking up how much you love Michael Moore when I was like,
Just-
Bowling for Columbine was like one of my favorite movies in middle school for whatever reason. I loved that
you were
movie.
probably the fucking lamest kid in middle school.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Dude.
I was the kid that wanted to watch Bowling for Columbine. Like, I wanted to watch Michael Moore documentaries, but
Guys,
No, I
it's a
like it.
Bowling for Soup reference and a Columbine documentary. My
Yeah,
two favorite
it's
things.
real
are like,
edgy.
Was that a
fucking
Bowling for Soup
go
res-
away.
reference?
well,
I
no,
thought
it wasn't.
I thought
It wasn't
the
a
movie,
Bowling
like,
for Soup.
cross-referenced a lot of bowling.
It could have been a Bowling for Soup reference, I guess, but the reference was because they went bowling right before they committed the
Oh, is it?
Columbine shooting. So
I prefer
Only
to think of it as
bowlers,
a Bowling
dude.
for Soup reference.
no, It's actually a pretty good documentary. I liked it. I don't know. Like, what's his name? Michael Moore is a libtard, but like he's also from Michigan, so he's not like terrified of guns. So there's
What I
there's
just
pretty
watched
good like
recently
scenes.
that was making fun
Ask
of
him
Michael
again.
Moore.
Ask him again today.
I know,
That was
I'm
nice.
sure.
Ask him again today.
Actually, come to think of it, he does have a pretty cringe scene in that movie where he just badgers Charlton Heston, where he's like, the kid, the death of the blood of these children is on your hands, Mr. Heston. Charlton Heston's just like,
As he
whatever.
wiped a bunch
You
of
mean
ketchup
my
off
cold
his
dead
lips.
hands, you
Yeah.
little fucking bitch?
No, that part, even as a kid, I remember I was like, what's that really doing? But
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Fuck Michael Moore. Fuck that bitch.
nah, I still like he's still funny. But yeah, no, he is unbearably libtarded nowadays. So what can you
All
do?
right, so we're doing What is a Woman? Let's go, boys.
What is a
Let's go.
woman? What is a woman?
Okay.
Goodbye.
Should we bring a woman into the next episode? Should that be a roaming guest? Should we bring a woman
Bring your
in?
mom, Dwayne. Bring your mom.
My mom would be like, "Whew, good points.
Whew, whew. This is a very. I don't like this documentary, Dwayne. This is dark
Why don't
stuff.
you,
No, my mom would probably fucking like love the documentary and love the guy, but it's an interesting. I'm not
Actually,
gonna spoil it. That's
Dwayne,
funny.
can you just dress up as a woman for the next episode, and then we'll have representation? How about that?
That would have been funny, and I might do it. It's gonna require a lot of shaving and such. So
Okay. We would have
you could do drag.
Here,
with
let
a
me know. Let
beard.
me know the day in
You can,
advance.
apparently.
I can fucking probably prep. I can prep.
That would be pretty funny, actually. You can have the beard. What are you saying? It's a woman is
Nah,
it's all
it's
mental.
gay.
It's all
gay,
mental.
dude. It's gay to fucking like skip. I'm either going hard or I'm not going hard, bro.
Okay, are you gonna wax? Is that what you're saying? Why you can shave this
I
weekend?
don't wax, bro. If I had the access, that sounds like a fucking whole thing. I just like take up the bathroom for like fucking 5 hours and just shave it all. Just keep shaving.
Okay.
It's a lot of
It would take
hairs.
me 5 hours to shave.
I mean,
What?
for some of the
That's 5
parts that
hours
you
is a
can't
joke.
see,
Like,
I'm sure it's
like
probably
an hour and a half for shaving and an hour and a half for makeup. Let's suck at it.
Okay. You should just go to the salon.
Man.
Go get it like a makeup. Like pull a
Dude,
Jonathan
that shit is
Laniv and make
mad.
them like wax your
Like,
balls.
just
it
get
would
some
be
bitches
good,
to do
but
it
it's
for you.
mad.
Yeah, I'm sure. It'll be a fun
Anyway,
episode.
that got really gay. Let's have fun like taking down all the pride colors next week.
Okay. Goodbye.
Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh. Fuck you.
At Walls.
Thank you, Matt Walsh. I hope you get
I